Monday morning in Minneapolis. The series is all square. The Minnesota Timberwolves getting game 4, 114-109. Spurs had a lead in the fourth quarter. Impressive considering they shot just 23% from three, and their best player was watching from the locker room. The storyline everybody's talking about this morning, Victor Wembanyama ejected midway through the second quarter last night. The earliest All-Star to be ejected from a playoff game in the play-by-play era. Victor whistled for a flagrant 2 foul, excessive in nature. That is a flagrant foul by definition. A lot of physicality down there, but it's Victor who gets whistled for the flagrant 2 and his first career ejection. After the game, the most emotional we've seen Spurs head coach Mitch Johnson protecting his franchise face.
I by no means thought it was intentional. Tough break. So that's all my take on it right now. But in general, I do think it's getting to a point that if the people that are in charge of controlling the game and protecting the physicality of the game don't do that, then at some point he's going to have to protect himself. We've been asking him to do that now for a while. So that call, I'm glad Naz Reid was okay and sounded like the call was warranted. But in terms of the game plan of every single team we face since that young man's been in the league, and the physicality that people try to impose on him, and the lack of protection is really disappointing. And at some level, it's starting to get actually disgusting, just in terms of when he tries to fight through things and be professional and mature and deal with some of that stuff. I'm glad he took matters into his own hands. Again, not in terms of hitting Naz Reid, but I'll be very clear about that. I'm glad Naz Reid was okay, and I didn't want him to elbow him, but he's going to have to protect himself if they're not. And I think it's disgusting.
Yeah, a double use of the word disgusting there from Mitch Johnson. He was heated post-game last night following the loss. Now the NBA today will review last night's flagrant foul to see if it warrants any fine or suspension. I personally don't think so. Neither does Mitch Johnson. He fully expects to have his star back in the lineup for Game 5 in San Antonio. That's going to be Tuesday night. But it's going to be a battle. The flagrant foul obviously turns up the heat in this series. Anthony Edwards is just starting to get cooking for Minnesota. A combined 68 points over the last 2 games. Don't think that minutes restriction holding back the Ant-Man moving forward. Again, Tuesday night, back in the Alamo City. Game 5, 7 p.m. at the Frostbank Center. But the Spurs do what Minnesota did back on their home court. They split the pair up in the north. We'll see you back on the home court in the Alamo City. In Minneapolis at the Target Center. Nate Ryan, KENS 5.